WVII Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
A man was killed Tuesday after falling from a bucket truck in Rangeley. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. The man who allegedly kidnapped a woman in a Bangor Target parking lot over the weekend was in court Tuesday. And the man who threatened people during an argument over a parking space was arrested in Bangor. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Wednesday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks. Across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we go. So we've had some returns on the radar, probably a few snow showers falling after this morning, especially in the northern ends of the state. So they'll be watching for maybe a little bit of accumulating snow today. But as for us, we're looking pretty decent. You'll just notice a few snow showers or snow flurries today, and that'll be about it. Zooming things out right now, there's a system off to the north and west, so that's why we're seeing some of this leftover stuff, so to say, as we have another system off toward the east. So we'll keep this going today, but we'll calm things down overnight tonight. Futurecast helps to show that maybe some snow in the northeastern parts of the state and over us as well. Mostly clear later on tonight. That may allow temperatures to cool off as the sky will be clearing out overnight. As for the winds, they'll be out in the west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some higher gusts along the coast possible at times with that next system that will be passing through briefly. But by Thursday afternoon, we're looking pretty decent. Forecast for today around 40 degrees, mostly cloudy with a few snow showers and snow flurries. West wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As for tonight, 23 degrees, mostly clear. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some higher gusts up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. And for tomorrow, mid-30s on the way, partly cloudy. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And our hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period overall will be mostly cloudy, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A man was killed Tuesday after falling from a bucket truck in Rangeley. State police say the unidentified man was part of the team working for Consolidated Communications. It was just before 11 Tuesday morning when the bucket truck moved ahead on Route 4 while the man was still in the bucket above the roadway. The bucket struck some utility wires that were stretched across the road and the man fell. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The state police and the Maine Department of Labor are now investigating the deadly accident. The name of the worker is being withheld until his family is notified. The truck was driven by a 31-year-old man from New York. A Massachusetts man has been sentenced to 13 years following a shooting that took place in Machias last year. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
Nathaniel Janeo of New Bedford, Massachusetts, pleaded guilty to murder and robbery Tuesday in connection to a drug-related gang shooting in Machias in 2021. A judge sentenced Janeo to 22 years in prison with all but 13 years suspended, as well as a 4-year probation period with the following conditions: no use or possession of firearms, submit to random firearm searching, no use or possession of drugs unless prescribed marijuana, random searches and testing for drugs, and no contact with the family. Janeo is one of 5 men accused of killing and stealing drugs from 17-year-old Brandon Guerrero on November 4, 2021. Assistant Attorney General Leanne Zania described what happened in the days leading up to the attack. Janeo expressed remorse for what happened, but disagreed with the prosecutor's timeline of events.
That story that they got is it's not 100% true. You know, I'm not an evil person. I have kids of my own. I wish, you know, I'm not an evil person at all. I didn't want anything bad to happen to anybody. You know, I feel bad, you know. I feel bad.
The victim's mother claimed Janeo is not remorseful.
If you had some type of remorse, you would have called for assistance to help my son, because maybe there would have been a chance my son would have survived this. But you went away with all the rest of the monsters.
Janeo's sentencing date has not yet been determined. In Machias, Matthew Jaroncic for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A judge set bail Tuesday in the case of a Brewer man who prosecutors say allegedly kidnapped a woman in the Bangor Target parking lot over the weekend. 21-year-old Colby Cooper appeared before a judge via Zoom. Bangor police say at about 10 p.m. on Saturday, they received multiple calls regarding what appeared to be an abduction taking place in the Target store parking lot. Multiple witnesses reported a man forcing a woman into a U-Haul rental van. Police say witnesses followed the van out of the lot and reported its location to police. Shortly after, officers spotted the van traveling southbound on Interstate 95. They eventually stopped it on 395 eastbound near Exit 2. Cooper is charged with kidnapping, eluding an officer, criminal restraint, domestic violence assault, and failure to stop for an officer. Prosecutors say there is strong evidence in the case, including multiple witnesses, as well as video of the incident. Lawyers argued over whether Cooper should be granted bail.
If you'll note in the affidavit, when the victim asked if Mr. Cooper was going to be in trouble and she was told that he was arrested and what his charges were, she became hysterical. She was crying so hard she could hardly talk, and she was very concerned about how angry he was going to be. And that seems like a very legitimate concern. I mean, if this is what he is capable of in a public parking lot at Target over an argument about buying a Nintendo Switch, it seems that the stakes are much higher now.
I've reviewed the special conditions with Mr. Cooper, and he will follow those conditions as well as any additional conditions that the court believes is needed, including ankle monitoring, house arrest, curfew, whatever the court thinks is needed. His work and school, while he's not from here, we would argue are strong ties, and he has the intent and really is worried about losing his job and his position at school.
A judge set bail at $20,000 cash, ordered no contact whatsoever with the victim should he make bail, as well as other conditions. No plea was entered during the proceeding. A former Bangor resident is facing up to 20 years in prison for her role in trafficking in 2 counties. 27-year-old Shelby Loring pleaded guilty Tuesday to conspiracy to distribute and possession with the intent to distribute methamphetamine and fentanyl. According to court records, Loring and others trafficked methamphetamine and fentanyl in Penobscot and Aroostook counties between January 2018 and December 2021. Loring's participation in the conspiracy resulted in contacts with law enforcement that led to the seizure of drugs, firearms, drug paraphernalia, and other items. She will be sentenced at a later date. An argument over a parking spot ended with a man allegedly threatening to shoot people and a person being arrested in Bangor. Police say it began when officers came across a group of people who were arguing near the intersection of Cedar and 2nd Streets. They say one of the first officers on the scene witnessed 31-year-old Kyle Regal of Bangor waving a handgun and threatening to shoot people. They were apparently arguing over a parking space. No one was seriously injured. Regal is being charged with criminal threatening and assault. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, new legislation reinforcing abortion protections in Maine was unveiled yesterday, and not everyone is happy. We've got the details when we return.
I tried everything to remove fabric odors, but my clothes still smelled. Until I finally found new Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Just add to your fabric softener tray. It doesn't just cover odors, it helps remove them up to 3 times better than detergent alone. Try new Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Hi, this is Jim with Lowry & Associates.
Some guy slid across the center line and hit my daughter. Is there any way you can come meet us at the hospital?
I can meet you at the hospital right now.
Lowry & Associates settled my daughter's case for $250,000.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full-picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA Insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full-picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome to the Yard Goods Center in Waterville, Maine. We're a local family business since 1949. We carry over 600 different types of hand knitting yarns from Maine and all over the world. And yes, we love Barocco. Beginner or a pro, you will find all the right tools and inspiration at the Yard Goods Center. We offer knitting classes Monday through Saturday. Come to the Yard Goods Center in Waterville, Maine and become part of our family and our happy place.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Legislators on both sides of the aisle are advocating for reforms within the Department of Health and Human Services. It comes amid ongoing outrage surrounding the deaths of 4 children who were in the DHHS system. A.J. Douglas heard from lawyers about what they have planned.
So children in Maine are not being kept safe. Our children are dying.
Tuesday, Senate Republicans addressed steps that are being taken to reform the Department of Health and Human Services following the recent release of the Maine Child Welfare Osmond Annual Report.
The response to this report by the department was really deflection and minimization.
The report is used to provide a neutral, objective assessment of concerns raised about the practices of DHHS. Senate Republicans are collectively calling for major changes.
It's time to separate the Department of Office and Child and Family Services from the Department of Health and Human Services and create 2 different departments that can more easily be overseen.
Senate Republicans say by separating DHHS and forming 2 different agencies, the legislator can enforce accountability, find the deeper problems, and establish resolutions. Legislators say foster parents tell them they rarely receive their DHHS support payments on time and suffer emotionally when children are reunified prematurely with biological parents.
We had a foster parent speak today, and they have some really good solutions, because they work with it every day.
Health and Human Services Committee member Senator Marianne Moore says the department is currently working to take necessary steps to improve.
The department is working on it, but we're not there yet. We want them to expand that formal foundations training programs and reinstate supervisory training.
Those directly affected by the DHHS 2021 child deaths, such as foster parents, former case workers, along with the daycare workers and law enforcement, have united to advocate for reform within the department through a private nonprofit organization called Walk a Mile in Their Shoes. The organization's goal is to reduce, if not eliminate, child deaths within the DHHS system.
Maddox is my motivation for this, and other children like Maddox.
In Augusta, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Governor Mills and Democrats unveiled new legislation they say focuses on reinforcing abortion protections here in Maine. The legislation strengthens protections for Maine health providers while offering services to those traveling to Maine from states where abortion is banned. Other expansions would provide local municipalities while restricting access to abortion care and would require insurance companies to cover abortion care.
There's still work we can do in Maine, and I'm really excited that Governor Mills and Speaker Talbot Ross and Senate President Jackson are moving forward with legislation to ensure that it's accessible here, especially for people traveling from banned states and also for our clinicians who are providing that care.
According to a press release, House Republicans oppose what they call Governor Mills' extreme expansion of Maine's abortion laws. They argue proposed expansions would be funded by taxpayers. Peer-to-peer recovery helps those recovering from addiction in the Katahdin region, and they're getting a big boost for their mission. They're receiving a $500,000 grant from the federal government to help purchase and do repairs on a building in Medway. Those involved with the organization say they hope to create a safe space that facilitates even more recovery.
We're going to be able to offer more meetings, more community gatherings. We have all sorts of different types of therapies available. So having this space in a tip-top working condition is really important.
Peer-to-peer is open to anyone trying to recover from addiction. There are recovery coaches that can help find resources to achieve goals like getting into school, getting a GED, or even helping to find resources for housing. You can get more information by calling them at 447-9500. After the break, we'll take a look at some solutions to our healthcare system facing increased mental illness amongst children. We'll be right back.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
Spectrum Internet delivers with faster speeds nationwide. So there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet and you could get advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/reveal today to see your best offer. It's easy. Put in your address to reveal a special limited time offer designed just for you. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now to get a special offer on Spectrum Internet with advanced Wi-Fi and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. To get this special limited time offer, call today or visit spectrum.com/reveal.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order statewide. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
14 people, including Ukraine's interior minister, were killed this morning when a helicopter crashed near a nursery outside Kyiv. 9 people in the helicopter, including senior ministry officials and one child from the nursery, are also among the victims. Ukraine's state emergency service said 25 people were injured, including 11 children, when the helicopter came down in a residential area. Several dead bodies draped in foil blankets lay in a courtyard near the damaged nursery. There was no immediate word on whether the morning crash, reportedly in heavy fog, was an accident or related to the war. Ukrainian authorities immediately opened an investigation. No fighting has been reported recently in that area. Early official reports gave slightly different casualty figures, including a higher death toll. President Biden is facing new questions over the classified documents from his time as vice president discovered at his home and office over the weekend. The president's lawyers revealed more documents were found at Biden's Delaware home. There are new details that the FBI almost played a role in searching that residence, all as the White House is blasting Republicans for what it calls hypocrisy over their condemnations of the president. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the latest.
This morning, new revelations that the Department of Justice considered sending FBI agents to President Biden's Delaware home to monitor the search for classified documents. Sources familiar with the matter tell ABC News because the Biden team was fully cooperating with the government, the DOJ ultimately agreed to back off and let Biden's lawyers carry out their own searches in November. President Biden largely staying silent on the latest batch of classified documents found in his private home, including 5 the White House revealed were discovered last Thursday. The administration now under fire for not disclosing that information until the weekend.
I have been forthcoming from this podium.
And Ian Sams, spokesperson for the White House counsel's office, telling reporters, while we're limited in what we can say during an ongoing DOJ inquiry, we are providing as much information publicly as is appropriate. House Republicans now launching 2 separate congressional inquiries into the documents, accusing the administration of waiting months to tell the American people about their discovery.
This is why there's such hypocrisy behind the Bidens. Once again, something big that comes forward prior to an election where they kind of keep it quiet, where the American public could actually have a say in it.
But the White House hitting back, blasting Republicans for what they call hypocrisy, noting that they had little interest in investigating the reams of classified documents seized by the FBI at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Now, in addition to those congressional investigations, there's also a special counsel looking into these documents. The White House has said it will cooperate fully with the special counsel, but it's unclear what their level of cooperation will be with those Republican-led probes in the House.
About 1 in 5 children has a diagnosable mental health condition. Now, 3 years into the pandemic, our healthcare system is facing increased mental illness among children. ABC's Jay O'Brien tells us about solutions to improve their well-being.
In 2021, the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry declared a national emergency for young people's mental health. Experts from the University of Michigan say training more providers, such as child psychiatrists and pediatric psychologists, can increase timely access to treatment. Providing mental health resources to them to reduce burnout can also help. Increasing opportunities for providers to connect patients to mental health resources can address untreated issues and integrate mental health into all aspects of medical care. By calling for increased insurance coverage, more local providers can provide services and reduced wait lists for appointments. Additional research on child brain development can lead to more long-term treatments. By providing educational resources to families, schools, and community workers who communicate with children, social triggers of childhood mental illness can be prevented. Experts believe systemic changes to this children's mental health crisis can improve their well-being. With this Medical Minute, I'm Jay O'Brien, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
It's your journey. Own every mile in an available H-Track all-wheel drive Hyundai SUV. Lease an all-wheel drive 2023 Tucson for $239 a month, or get 2.9% APR for 60 months. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and 0 compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for 0 extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with 0 compromises for you and your wallet.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
A 5-year-old Lemoyne girl is dreaming big and making history at the same time. Brielle Hamer sent a letter to the Board of Selectmen requesting a permit application for a pet unicorn. As Jody Hersey tells us, it's the first time the town has received a request for such a magical animal.
She said to me today that her 2 of her big dreams are coming true. She gets to apply for a unicorn and she gets to be on TV.
5-year-old Brielle Hamer is working hard to make her wish come true. She recently sent her request for an application for a pet unicorn to the Lemoyne town office. Stu Marcoon is the town administrator and interim animal control officer.
Well, we really don't have any ordinances for or against unicorns, and she had asked to enclose an application. So I quickly made up an application on the computer for her.
Brielle recently received that application along with a letter.
And were there any rules or anything that you had to follow?
I had to have a house for the unicorn to live in, plenty of rainbows for it to eat, and that's really all I needed, right?
Brielle and her family will be attending this Thursday night select board meeting to see if her application has been approved, and if so, her family is ready for their new addition.
I hear, though, they're invisible, so, we could fit an invisible unicorn in our barn.
And in case you were wondering, Brielle has already picked out a name for her pet unicorn.
Yes, it's Luna.
In Lemoyne, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Too cute. Let's check in with Devin Biggs. I don't know if he's magical like a unicorn, but he does have your full forecast. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Wednesday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. We're looking pretty decent out there. Just a few snow showers and flurries developing across the region this afternoon, and we're noticing some of that in the northern ends of the state by Presque Isle as well. We'll keep some of this going for most of the day, although we'll start to taper things off later on this afternoon into the evening time frame. As we're seeing this develop, we have this front right here that's tracking off towards the south and east. And as that moves in our direction, things will start to calm down later on tonight. And in fact, we will be coming mostly clear overnight as well. Futurecast showing you this right now. Some snow in the northern ends of the state and a few snow showers over us as well. And we'll see this all tapering off later on tonight. We'll even become mostly clear by the time we go to bed at about 10 o'clock or so, and remaining mostly clear as well. So we'll start off with sunshine for the day for your Thursday, but once we head towards Thursday afternoon, more clouds move in as our next system begins to approach, and after midnight, by about 4 to 5 o'clock, even 6 o'clock in the morning, we'll be watching for more snow showers moving in ahead of our next system. As for snow accumulations today, maybe a couple inches near the Caribou area, but for us, we're looking pretty good. Nothing expected to accumulate at this point with anything that falls today. But moving forward, our next system starts to move in from the south and west, going toward the north and east. So overnight tonight, again, we're mostly clear, nothing to get too worried about there. That next system starts to knock on the door by early Friday morning, about 4 to 6 p.m. in the morning, and staying with us for most of the day Friday. So snow might make travel a little bit tricky from time to time as well. But then getting out of here just in time for Saturday morning, so the weekend will be looking pretty decent. So your forecast for today showing you a little bit of this. Lower 40s on the way, mostly cloudy, maybe a few snow showers and snow flurries with that west wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, 23 degrees, becoming mostly clear. The northwest breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Localized higher gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, 34 degrees, becoming partly cloudy. The northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll notice more cloud cover during the afternoon period. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. So here we go. So the snow gets going late Thursday night to Friday morning, continuing all day Friday, and even in the parts of Friday night. Notice temperatures fall to 15 degrees Friday night as the clouds will then clear out as well. It will be mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the lower 30s, middle 30s on Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky.
Thank you, Devin. I think I'd like to have a unicorn. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Your favorite restaurant.